All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have another video here. I literally just ended my previous video talking about how another Genshin Impact content creator, they're getting death threats and people are trying to dox that content creator because they left Genshin Impact. And now another bombshell here, another Hoyo content creator by the name of Braxophone. Some of you guys might not know him, some of you guys might know him, but this guy, I mean, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I used to watch him when I used to play HSR. Like when I was actual try hard in the game, like when it comes to building characters and stuff like that. I used to watch it because his guys were really, really good. But title of his video is That's All, folks. And I literally did not watch this video. Okay, I watched like the first 10 seconds, but I literally don't know what's going on and what this video is about. So we are gonna see what this is about. And I did get some context from some of my viewers. They said that Braxophone is quitting guide making for HSR, which is very, very interesting. So we're going to see what he has to say here.
Yeah, another video like this in a row. That's crazy. You guys are about to hear something from me that I think many of you are not going to like. And I want to preface the video with this because to me, this is one of those like, oh, brace for impact moments. Like I know that there's going to be some pretty crazy response to this, but I think this is pretty big news because in today's video, I'm going to be addressing quite a few things, including how I feel about the games that I've been playing, where we are, where we're going, and contracts and more. So let's talk about it. You know, a lot of really great games have released over the past year and even beyond that. We've had so
How many good games released this year? Okay, like I'm talking about the year of 2025. And I'm talking about Gacha games. I have no idea. I'm gonna be real with you guys. I have no idea. I mean, I will say Theory Restart. I am enjoying that game. Some people don't like the game, which is fair, but I'm enjoying a Theory Restart. I'm still playing it. I'm grinding that game like crazy. I'll say that's the only game I've been enjoying so far in 2025 when it comes to Gacha games.
many great games released over the past few years. Things like Clair Obscur, the Oblivion Remastered, Metaphor Refantasio, Monster Hunter Wilds, Dune Awakening. There's so many.
Ooh, Monster Hunter Wilds. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Monster Hunter Wilds. I haven't played that game in a minute. I don't know why, but like, there's just something about Monster Hunter Wilds where it's like, it just doesn't feel like it does feel like a Monster Hunter game, but like after playing Monster Hunter World, the game that's like well known for being a difficult game, and then you go to like Monster Hunter what is it? Is it called, yeah, Monster Hunter Wilds? It's like, I'm not feeling that game, to be honest. It's just too easy. It's really, really easy.
Other games that have come out in that time too, and so many like fun group games, party games with friends, other single player games, and there's even more like amazing indie titles out there that are getting way less coverage. And I'm gonna be real with you guys, I haven't played any of them. Well, except for Monster Hunter Wilds, I did play that quite a bit. I enjoyed it, but I haven't played any of the new content on that. I got 1 hour into Oblivion, the remaster. I got like 45 minutes into Dune Awakening. I haven't even opened Clair Obscur, and there's so many more games than that. And I've realized over the past little bit,
I think the reason why that's happening, and it's happening to me too, when it comes to like actual games like AAA games, I haven't been playing a lot of AAA games recently. Even when also Gacha games as well. Like when it comes to gaming in general, I think the reason why we're all just like losing, I wouldn't say losing interest, but it's more like the reason why we're not as active as we once were back in the old days is because we're just growing up. We're getting older and we're just realizing that there's more important things in life. And the older you get, the more responsibilities you have. Pay the bills, go to work. Oh, if you have a family, take care of your family, spend time with your family. Like there's just so many things for you to do. And gaming, you just don't have time for it. Right. I think that's like the reason why a lot of us just not as active as we once were back in the good old days. The good old Fortnite days. It's because we're just getting older. Oh,
that I just really miss playing real games. And so I begin to ask myself, why? Why am I in this position where I'm not playing these games? Why
that's
am I in this position
that's my personal take, by the way. That's my personal.
where I feel like I can't spend the time to sit down and enjoy these games? And the answer that I came to, and the conclusion that I came to, is because right now I'm constantly chasing the schedule of whatever gacha game I am covering. The gacha games I'm playing, Wuthering Waves and Honkai Star Rail, and many other gacha games will release patches every 3 to 6 weeks, depending on the game. And with those patches come new characters, and my content's all centered around helping you guys understand those characters and build them to be very strong, so that way you guys don't get.
That's why you have to make the sacrifice and just stop playing some gacha games. That's what I did. You have to like manage how many gacha games you play. I have a rule. If I play over 4 gacha games, I have to cut off one. I'm like right now when it comes to the gacha games I'm playing right now, it's a Theory Restart and Wuthering Waves. Like when it comes to me like actively logging into the game, building characters, doing dailies, clearing in-game content, try harding, whatever, Wuthering Waves and a Theory Restart. Those are the only 2 gacha games I am playing right now. All right, when it comes to Genshin Impact HSR, honestly, I just use those games to farm content. I'm just gonna be real with you guys. I use those 2 games to farm content, bro. Because it's just like the developers, they're just so out of touch to the point where the devs being out of touch is content. It's just ridiculous. But I'm yapping too
Completely
much.
taken
Let's
advantage of
continue.
and wiped off the face of the planet whenever you
We're
try
getting
to
off
complete
topic.
something like Memory of Chaos. And I really enjoy educating. I don't know how many of you guys know this about me, but I'm actually a music educator, or I was a music educator. YouTube kind of took off for me when I was in my student teaching. So I got my degree in music education, and I used to teach kids during a student teaching section of my college career. But then after that, I was like, oh, I really like YouTube, and I really like teaching people through YouTube. And so I've continued to make like guide videos for you guys for a really long time. And with HSR, it's been just over 2 years, but I started in Genshin. And Genshin, you guys probably noticed, but I don't cover Genshin anymore. The reason that I don't cover Genshin anymore is because the game
Dog shit. Dog shit. It's that simple. Genshin Impact is there's literally no other reason. It's a dog shit.
doesn't have anything new to offer me that makes me want to keep playing. They have a story that I think a lot of people are interested in, but for me, I can't really get behind gacha stories that are about selling the newest character. And it really feels like so many of these characters are introduced in gacha games just to be thrown away up until like a random event 3 years in the future where they come back with a couple dialogue lines. But it feels like most of these characters aren't even really a part of the world that much outside of serving the purpose of getting sales by being in the story and by fleshing out the characters. So like I understand they build the world, but it also kind of plays into this whole idea that every single main character in a gacha game is just a self-insert. And when I think about games that I really love, like The Witcher 3, for example, that's about a guy who has a ton of development throughout the entire series that makes him who he is, and it makes him such an interesting character. So much more interesting than a self-insert could ever be. So honestly, just I don't really like self-inserts, and I don't really like stories that focus on side characters more than the main character. And that's not a Genshin specific.
That's a very interesting take when it comes to Genshin. And I do understand that take a lot because once again, yeah, it is a gotcha game, and yeah, they're pretty much trying to sell these characters, which is understandable. Telling a company, telling these developers to not try their best to sell a character, kind of delusional, especially if it's a gotcha game. But at the same time, there's a way that you should do it, a way that's going to make people actually want to get that character. And the way that they're doing it in Genshin Impact, it is pretty trash and it is pretty lazy because one thing that I can't stand about Genshin Impact is that there are no stakes involved in it, especially when it comes to the story. When they introduce these characters, it's like, especially if it's a playable character, I already know that that character, nothing is going to happen to that character. They're gonna sit there and say, "Oh, Mavwika's gonna die," and this and that. Yeah, we have to stop this from happening. How are we gonna prevent Mavwika's death from happening? All this nonsense. Oh, let's just use Capitano, a character who's not playable, and let's use him as a sacrifice for Mavwika. Let's use him. Let's make him. Let's kill off Capitano. I mean, maybe he's not dead. Who knows? I'm coping, but let's kill off Capitano and Mavwika, the playable character. She's alive. That's been happening since day one in Genshin Impact, and it's like the reason why they do that is because I don't fucking know. I don't know why they keep doing that. Yeah, they're doing it because it's a playable character, but at the same time, the character can still be playable even if they're dead. It doesn't matter, bro. There's like a lot of games out there where a character dies, but you can still play with the fucking character. Like gameplay and story, 2 different things, man.
Problem. That's just kind of why I'm not really interested in the Genshin story that much, and that's kind of all that's left of that game. Because
I'm pretty sure Himiko in Honkai Impact 3rd, she died, but you can still play with the character.
I have all the characters that I wanted, and I'm kind of explorationed out. I'm not really too interested in chasing exploration in that game, so like I'm kind of just done with it. And I fear that in Honkai Star Rail, I've kind of reached a similar point where off stream, I don't play that much outside of the CE server. Now, when the CE server comes, it takes up all of my free time to spend all of my time on the CE server testing out characters to bring you guys guide videos that I believe in and that hopefully help you guys a lot. But nowadays, it is very difficult for me to even write these guides. Like, I'm really struggling to sit down, test a character a bunch, and then like just write up the video script and edit the video. And what I've kind
Power creep, HP inflation, pretty much it.
of realize is that this isn't burnout. I mean, I've been burnt out before. I burn out over and over and over when I push content too hard, but this is just how it is. This is just gacha games. And unfortunately for me, what I fear has happened is the creator experience server coming out weeks ahead of a character's release not only takes away the hype of getting to do everything with the community when the character comes out, but it also means that I have to spend weeks ahead of the character's release prepping content. And it makes it so when the character comes out, I don't actually want to play the character. But not only that, making the guides themselves takes me like a week. And because there's multiple characters that release some patches, and because I'm also doing Wuthering Waves, I've realized that like, I don't think I can do it anymore. I have one of the greatest jobs in the world, and I'll never take that for granted. I appreciate the hell out of you guys, and I'm so glad that I can make YouTube videos for my living. It's amazing. But I also come to realize that like any job that you really just don't like doing probably isn't worth doing unless you absolutely have to. And I know that if I put my time and efforts into either a game I'm enjoying more at a time or content that I know I'm enjoying
A lot of content creators are in a position, like some content creators, and this is just in general, they're in a position because I experienced this before. You're in a position where like you no longer enjoy something, but you have no choice but to do it because money. I remember for Tower of God New World, I used to play that game. But I was like, dude, at some point I was just not enjoying the game anymore. I used to make guides on that game, right? I used to make guides on it, I used to make content. And it's like it got to a point where I was forcing myself to make content for Tower of God New World. And it's like once I would make a video or finish doing a live stream, I would just not touch the game at all. Right. But Tower of God New World gave me great views, right? It gave me good views. A lot of people were watching my videos, a lot of people were watching my guides. And you know, that's why like I was like, dude, I don't want to quit this game because I ain't gonna lie, them views are looking good. And there's nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're a content creator, right, and you're trying to like build your channel and you're trying to like cover a game at the same time, and that game is giving you good views, you don't want to quit that game, bro, because it's bringing in that money. You know what I'm saying? But it got to a point where I was like, yeah, bro, like I just can't take it anymore. Like this game is fucking trash, bro. I can't play this game. And I just quit it, man. I quit it. And ever since I did that, it felt like I was free. You know what I'm saying? I felt like I was free. And now like I just can make content on anything, right? It's like you can just make content on anything and it feels very, very good. So I definitely understand where he's coming from, where like you like him making like HSR guide videos, like he loves doing that. And it's also like, you know, doing really, really well on his channel as well. Like the views that he gets whenever he drops a HSR guide video, he gets a lot of views. It's really, really good. But at the same time, is he enjoying it? You know, is he enjoying it? And I'm assuming that he's not. He's not enjoying it anymore. So therefore, he's just stopped doing it.
more at the time, I'm going to make better content. And I think as long as there are people like you guys who are interested in my content, I can really find a way to make YouTube a super enjoyable and fulfilling job in basically any niche. So with that said, going forward, you guys, I'm going to be taking a temporary hiatus from Honkai Star Rail guides. And the reason is because I want to.
He said temporary. So, hey, maybe he's going to come back and do it. Who knows? I'm still going to title the video Tracks of Playing. I don't know what the title of this video is going to be. I have no idea. Big HSR content creator quits HSR. I'm not including his name, so nobody knows. I mean, I'm gonna put him in the thumbnail. Damn, that's gonna be clickbaiting. People are gonna be like, dude, you're spreading misinformation. I could just put big HSR content creator takes a break from HSR. That's a pretty good one. I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty good.
To fall in love with gaming again, find my passion for gaming again, and get to play some of these amazing things that I feel like I've missed out on trying to keep up with a gacha patch cycle. I want to make better content for you guys, but I don't think I can do that anymore on Honkai Star Rail guides, at least not right now. It's possible that maybe in the future I will enjoy Honkai Star Rail guide making again to the extent that I did when the game first released, and I'll be able to put out those guides, but right now I'm just not feeling it. The videos that I enjoyed making the most over these past few months have been the game reviews. I really enjoyed making that Duet Night Abyss video. I scripted, voiced, recorded, and played all of that.
Yeah.
Duet Night Abyss footage that
game reviews are really good, man. Like, because when it comes to game reviews, it's like you're actually playing the game. You're playing the game, and then like once you're finished playing the game, you're like, okay, I've been playing the game for the past 5 hours. Let me go ahead and make a video expressing my thoughts about this game. Game reviews are way better, bro, because you're just enjoying the game and you're sharing your experience with everybody else.
You see in that entire video. It was all done by me. The Warframe video as well. I did that one entirely by myself. The Ethereal Restart video, I did pass off to an editor and they did a great job, but I think that if I edited that one, I also would have enjoyed it a little bit better as well. What I really like doing is talking about games, and a lot of the time, that means I have to play the game, or I get to play the game is an even better way to look at it. For me, I'm looking forward to so many games on the horizon. There's so many games I haven't played, and I really just want to reclaim gaming for myself because I haven't been able to do that since I've been kind of following this patch schedule. It has been quite exhausting for me. If you guys want the quality and the funny jokes and everything that are in my guide videos, I just can't do that stuff live. I can't make it easier for me to make that content. I've already optimized it all that I can, and it's just not what I want to do anymore, at least not right now. So what I'm going to be doing going forward is I'm going to be making some videos about new games that are upcoming, and then once I find a game that I really enjoy, that I really want to latch onto, that I have a super big interest in, I'll probably cover that game as well. When I was streaming talking about this yesterday at twitch.tv/Brax, I did get a question in chat, and they were asking, well, won't Hoyoverse like be upset about this? Isn't this like big for Hoyoverse? So let's talk about Hoyoverse.
But yeah, the Hoyo contract, that is very interesting because I'm pretty sure it's part of the content creator program for HSR. So I wonder how, that's gonna go.
Contracts and how working with these companies has been. The first thing I need to say is that the idea that I'm on some kind of contract with Hoyoverse is a huge misconception. I've never been on a long-term contract.
Oh, so he's not in a contract. Okay, he's not. Okay, all right. I thought he was because he is in a content creator program, right? Let's see.
Honkai Star Rail once, not a single time. What I do get sometimes is commission from them to make a video. And that commission, you can think of it like a sponsorship where they're like, hey, we'll pay you to make this video. But the difference with the commission is that they're not.
Yeah, it happened to me too. You guys seen those sponsored videos? I understand what you're saying. Commissions. Yeah. I would get messages too. They'll be like, hey man, can you make this video for me? And not make this video, but more like, can you integrate, this segment in your video? And we'll pay you for that. Okay, interesting.
Telling me what I can and can't say.
I thought he was like actually like in a contract.
So like if there's a character that's not out yet, but I have access to them, I can't talk about them, right? Until the embargo's up. But in the case of where I say my opinion on a character, as long as it's not blatantly wrong, they don't care. Like if I came out and I said Acheron is actually a terrible unit when she released, they'd probably be like, you should reevaluate that. I think they would have even still let me release the video, to be honest. But I think they would have probably given me some feedback there, right? But there seems to be this huge misconception where everyone thinks I'm on some kind of HSR contract. I am not. All of my opinions on HSR have always been my own. I've always really loved HSR. I thought it was a super fun game, but times have changed. My feelings have changed, and that's all. And if you're dumb enough to think that I'm lying,
HSR is dog shit. I'm playing
about that.
It is dog shit.
Keep putting on your tinfoil hat and keep shit talking me and adding me and try to rage bait me or whatever. Like, I don't care. I just assume everyone who's dumb is rage baiting anyways, because then it makes it easier to cope with the fact that people are that stupid. The fact is, for Honkai Star Rail characters, they never paid me to say that every new character was broken or anything. It's just that they did have a blatant power creep issue with the newer units coming out, and that they all were just better than the old characters. There have been a lot of changes and lack of change.
Just a fact, bro. And it's crazy how like the HSR community, they're trying to deny this fact. They're like, oh, dude, just build this character this way. Shut the fuck up, bro. Every single new Euphoria's character is literally better than every single old character. It's just a fact. It's literally a fact. You look at Tribby. Tribby is literally like the top support unit in the game alongside with Hyacinth, right? All these Euphoria's units, bro, they broke the game. And if you're denying that, you are delusional.
Changes to Honkai Star Rail that I don't like. I think it is ridiculous that it took them this long to make a skip button for the story, but I'm glad they added it. I think that relic presets need to be a thing. There is absolutely no excuse for there not to be some. I'm pretty sure the business reason for there not being relic presets is because they want to keep up player retention, which happens when you change all of your relic sets to speed tune characters. We know what speed tuning is now. We should be able to quick swap relic sets, but they don't want us doing that, I'm pretty sure. I would love to be proven wrong, though, if they want to introduce them. The endgame content is quite stale. There's a lack of events. I mean, there are events, but there's not as many of them as there used to be. And of course, there's the power creep problem. Like, there's a lot of issues with Honkai Star Rail. I think it's still quite an enjoyable game for like a couple hundred hours though. And that's why I've been covering it, because I really genuinely enjoyed the game. I just got tired of making guide videos. There was never really a monetary incentive from the company for me to play Honkai Star Rail. I get paid like actual pennies from them by comparison to what other brands are paying me. They pay me like not even minimum wage. I think they pay me like a 15th of my rate that I get from other companies when I take sponsorships from them. And if I was just doing videos for Honkai Star Rail and I wasn't taking any sponsors at all, I wouldn't be able to afford the mortgage that I have or the rent that I had before. So I don't know.
That's actually crazy. I'm not gonna lie, bro. It's actually crazy. When it comes to like commissions and stuff like that, they don't really pay well, bro. They really don't.
I wanted to clear that up. I don't think people are going to believe me anyways, though. So I guess it is what it is, right? The amount of money that Hoyoverse is paying me is not enough to keep me making videos. The reason I made videos is because I was going to make them anyways. And the fact they were paying me was a nice little bonus on the side. I think people need to, you know, go interact with a real human being every once in a while. Some of the stuff you see online is just insane, man. But I'll tell you who I do have a contract with. It's Kuro Games. Right now, I'm working with them to make some character guides. It's actually been a thing for a while. And you know what? I actually really do like working with Kuro. I think they've given me a lot of great opportunities. This whole thing
Boy's a Kurobot, man. Hey, Kurobot. Welcome to the dark side. Welcome to the dark side.
about like contracts and being evil and lying to people, I don't know where it came from. I've never had a single person complain about me being on a Kuro contract, and I've talked about being on a Kuro contract, but I keep getting people complaining that I'm on a Hoyoverse contract when I'm not on a Hoyoverse contract. So I don't really know what's up with that. But anyways, I guess the reason I mentioned the Kuro thing is because I am going to continue to make Wuthering Waves guides basically until that contract's up, and then I'll decide what I want to do from there. It's not just a Honkai Star Rail issue. I actually just think I've gotten bored of making guides in general, and I would like to make some other content. I would like to talk about some other games as well. But with that said, we'll see what happens, because I have been...
All right, so that's a great stopping point for the video. I'm going to go ahead and give this a like. But yeah, so that's it, y'all. Bro is done I mean, he literally said that when it comes to Wuwa, when he's done with the Wuwa contract, he's gonna see what he's gonna do with that. So maybe, you know, it's not just an HSR problem, it's just him. He said he just doesn't enjoy making guide videos anymore, which is understandable. I've been there before too. But yeah, guys, let's be honest, man. The fact that his HSR out of all the games he's playing, I already know, man, like when it comes to Wuwa does have some problems, but at least the devs are aware, and like they can actually make meaningful. Meanwhile, when it comes to Hoyo, it's like, okay, you guys have a power creep issue, by the way. What are you gonna do about that? Oh, give me 1 second. 5 years later. Give me 1 more second. 10 years later. It's like, it's just, I don't know, man. This company is just so incompetent. And the fact that we are seeing so many CCs just moving away from Hoyo games, it's a sign. It's a sign that everybody is just fed up, bro. Everybody's just fed up with these Hoyo games. And I think now it's time for us to really play actual games. Like, it's time for us to play an actual game. And when I say an actual game, I mean literally, it's time for us to actually play a game. If you guys want to check out some games out there, I recommend you guys to check out Batman Arkham Knight. Batman Arkham Knight is literally my favorite AAA game ever. This game right here is literally the best game I have ever played in my entire life. Too bad I sold my PlayStation 4, but I'm gonna get it again on my PS5. But Batman Arkham Knight is such a good game. Amazing story, amazing gameplay. Everything about Batman Arkham Knight is goated. So I recommend you guys to check out that game. And another game I recommend you guys to check out is Uncharted 4. If you never heard of the Uncharted series, I definitely recommend you guys to check out Uncharted 1, 4. Those games, really, really good. There are so many amazing games out there so many good games. And once you play other games, you're really going to realize that gacha games are really just slop. Like, gacha games are just the bottom of the barrel, to be honest. And games like Batman Arkham Knight are on top. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Do you guys like, are some of you guys mad the fact that he's not making any guide videos for HSR? Are some of you guys happy that he's no longer making guide videos for HSR? Let me know in the comment section down below. But I hope you guys have a good one. I will catch you guys on the next one. Adios.